Hi friends, my name's Emma and let's not talk spooky stuff. As you can see by the title, this has been highly requested after I mentioned it. I did do this last year. This is my top 10 of 2021 that aren't horror movies. I do watch a lot of films and a lot of them dramas, some comedies. You know, I do switch it up a little bit and I do have a lot of personal favorites from 2021. Obviously, I've taken out the horrors, so this is excluding the horror genre, and these are very personal films. I'm quite an emotional person when it comes to movies, which is why I do this. I think a lot of us, we get very attached, so there's gonna be a bit of an emotional one, just warning you. That's the kind of films I watch when I don't watch horrors. I like the dark and depressing stuff, so be warned. Of course, like most of my lists, I know you folks understand, I only include what has been released in my country for that year. I did cheat with one because I watched one online as an advance release, but what I don't have for you is Red Rocket on this list, which I know if you have been following me for a while and if you follow my taste personally, you'll know that the director, Sean Baker, is one of my favorites. Florida Project is one of my favorite films of all time, so I can't wait to see Red Rocket, but I didn't get to see the advance release in 2021, and we're still waiting for it to come out. I will be seeing it this weekend. Long story short, it is not on this list, but let's go through my top 10 of 2021 non-horror movies. We're gonna go from 10 to 1, and it was so hard to arrange these. I kept changing and chopping, as always, but I do think that this is a good, solid list, so get out your pen and your paper. Let's start. Starting off light, just kidding. Actually, this is starting off with my cheating one because this film has not yet had an official wide release in my country, but I was able to watch it with a VPN last year. This, like many on the list, is a drama with extremely dark themes. It borders almost on horror. The film is based on truth, but it is a string of theories taking place during a few days of the Christmas holiday. This is when Diana spends time with the royal family in their estate in Norfolk, England. During these days, Diana deals with the pressure of her life, affairs, and relationships while she must play nice, resulting in a down spiral of mental health. The film has a very interesting tone. It plays between fact and fiction, blurring the lines of what it means to be a human and to be treated as one, not a facade. Continuing the dark cinema streak, this one a little bit closer to home. Nitram is an Australian drama thriller based on the events leading up to the 1996 Port Arthur massacre, which took place in Tasmania. This is the story behind the troubled boy who carried out the event, and it was honestly nothing like I expected. The story is a roller coaster and shows the cracks of every aspect of life. Of course, this is a very sensitive subject matter, and it's important to provide the correct tone. The film is chilling in every way. It's a dark piece of cinema that truly lingers. Okay, after all of the darkness, let's talk about something a little bit more upbeat. Believe it or not, I was a huge fan of Ghostbusters Afterlife. Ghostbusters Afterlife had an advance release in Australia in December, even though it didn't have daily screenings until January. But given it was released in 2021, I'm counting it. This is a true love letter to the fans of the original film, and I am here for it. The film follows a single mother and her 2 children that move into a small town after losing everything. And soon their home begins to strangely signal a connection to a paranormal organization. It's obviously very hard to talk about this film without any spoilers, but I do want to say I had tears at the end watching this. It blew me away. And I was not the only one. I know several people cried when I saw this in the cinema. Number 7, Maggie Gyllenhaal's feature directing debut, The Lost Daughter. It's a slice of life drama with surprising tension. Olivia Colman, as always, is a knockout, and she carries this story as a woman who takes a solo beach vacation and becomes infatuated with a mother and daughter playing on the beach. Things take a dark turn when she must look within to find out why exactly she's having this reaction. This film transported me into a different life, which is exactly what films should do. I was hypnotized by the story and I gripped my chair during every turn. I am pro Don't Look Up after seeing all of the hate that this film got online, I am so glad that I checked it out for myself. The film is about two astronomers who witness something in the sky that could bring the end to human life as they know it. Now they must share their information in modern day America, which proves to be a problem. Every character in this film is a hit, and for someone who loves satire comedy, I was hooked from the start. The over-the-top stereotypes are exactly the point of the film, but it also blurs the lines because for as exaggerated as the film may seem, it's very close to reality. Jonah Hill shines in this film, but honestly, everyone was fantastic. We're halfway now, and I love a good fairy tale, don't you? The Green Knight is a beautiful, atmospheric adventure drama fantasy that retells the story of Sir Gawain and the Green Knight. The original story has many different versions, as all fables passed down generation to generation do. And this one adds an almost cheeky layer to the plot. The story follows Gawain, King Arthur's nephew, who must go on a quest as a consequence of his own immature actions. On this journey, he meets thieves, ghosts, and giants. It's a beautiful, slow-moving movie about courage. The casting is amazing and every scene is like a painting. If you're into stylized slow fantasy, this one is up your alley. The Father could be categorized as a thriller. The tension and the stark terror is raw, real, and all-consuming. Anthony Hopkins plays a father who is trying to make sense of his life while suffering from dementia. Olivia Colman plays his daughter, and I'm sure it's not surprising to see her twice on this list, as she is remarkable in everything she's in. And her character in this situation is someone many can relate to. This film is important because of its unique perspective that sometimes is too dark or raw for people to explain. The film feels cathartic, painful, but also complete. As promised in last year's video, Nomadland didn't get released until January 2021. And let me tell you, even though I saw it in January, the feeling after I left the cinema is still lingering. Frances McDormand gives a literal award-winning performance as Fern, a silver nomad traveling through the American West after losing everything. And her van becomes the symbol of her freedom as she discovers herself, friendship, and what life really offers to people like her. It's an atmospheric drama where the silence is deafening in all of the right ways. I love this film. I want to see if you can guess my top two because I think you will be very surprised. These films, like everything else on this list, are very emotional, so I'll give you that hint. Please drop your guesses down below. You ready? Number two is Pig. We don't get a lot of things to really care about is the tagline to Pig, a heart-wrenching yet poetic story of a man and his pig. Nicolas Cage plays a truffle hunter with a mysterious past whose pig is kidnapped. Now he must return to the city and his past to find her. The mystery drama is stunning in every aspect. The cinematography and use of light alone is beautiful. The performances are captivating and the story is simple yet classic. This is my favorite Nicolas Cage performance ever. And I'm gonna tell you, this film really is a must-see for everyone. I don't think there's any cinema lover who wouldn't like this film, and that's a huge claim. But we're at the top of the list, and now it's time to talk about my favorite film that wasn't a horror film for 2021. And honestly, no contest. 9 Days. If you have seen 9 Days, I do not have to explain to you why this film is somehow all at once soul-crushing, a wake-up call, and a spiral into an existential crisis. I love that this film is the first feature from director-writer Edson Oda, but it's Winston Duke who obviously takes the stage. He has a knockout performance as Will, a recluse who must conduct a series of interviews with human souls who are auditioning for a chance to be born. That alone should give you goosebumps, and if it doesn't, don't worry because the film has some surprises in store. And of course, the premise for this film is one thing, but somehow the execution is just as breathtaking. It's really unlike anything I've seen before. Just be sure to bring some tissues, and if this drama fantasy doesn't break you, you may need to check your pulse. I hope you enjoyed this list. Was it surprising? Was it obvious? Let me know down below. And let me know some of your favorite films from 2021 that weren't horror. I can't wait to see. Thank you so much for being here and supporting me. If you'd like to subscribe, I usually do videos talking about horrors and thrillers, but I do make an exception once a year for these videos. So if you'd like to have some recommendations moving forward, subscribe, and I can't wait to talk to you all very soon. I have some surprises in store for you too. So stay tuned and stay safe and stay spooky. Bye, friends.